We're live.
And we're live. I now call this regular board meeting of the Board of Trustees of Harlingen CISD to order at 6:33. Pursuant to Governor Abbott's temporary suspension of open meetings, this will be conducted via audio and visual. We do have a quorum, and we will now move to a moment of silence. So if you can observe a moment of silence with me. Thank you. We'll move on to item C, the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Shane Strubart.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Niola, administration, and audience. Tonight's pledge will be led by Bianca Madison Rios. Bianca is a 6th grade student at Gutierrez Middle School of Arts and Sciences. She is a current member of the UIL team, student council, choir, and speech drama debate team, where she serves as secretary. Through elementary, she was a member of these same organizations and served as student council president at Lee Means Fine Arts Academy. She's a top-notch student who is optimistic and strives for high achievement, excelling in academics, athletics, and the fine arts. Bianca is an all-A student with a passion for music and theater. She plays the piano, guitar, and singing is her favorite. She has been in many HCISD musical productions such as Frozen as Elsa, High School Musical as Sharpay, Little Mermaid as Flounder, Mary Poppins as Jane Banks, Matilda as Matilda, Wizard of Oz as a Lullaby League, and Wizard of Oz as a Lullaby League Munchkin, and Snowflake. And the list goes on. She has also been active in martial arts and in dance since the age of 3. Bianca says that although she is only in 6th grade right now, her education and community involvement is on the top of her priority list. Last May of 2020, she participated in a virtual talent show benefiting the Harlingen Humane Society, where she raised $739 for shelter pets. She also serves as an altar service at church. Bianca is very goal-driven and said she is already working towards becoming a member of the National Junior Honor Society and aspires to be in the top 10. She said her biggest goal for school right now is to be the valedictorian when she graduates from high school. She would like to attain a degree in theater and music and would love to perform on Broadway one day. She also has a big heart for animals and is thinking of becoming a veterinarian. One of Bianca's favorite things about being a Gutierrez Jaguar is that even though she is currently a remote student, she has established great relationships with her teachers. She does not hesitate to communicate with them, whether it is online, Google Classroom, Zoom, or through email. The teachers are always there to help her out in any way they can. She is very grateful. Bianca is the daughter of Rebecca Rios and granddaughter of Ruben and Eva Rios. Ladies and gentlemen, Bianca Madison Rios.
Can everybody rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Mr. President?
Thank you, Shane, and thank you, Bianca, for that. We spoke previously before the meeting, and we're all very proud of you and all your accomplishments, and look forward to see what else you have in store for us here in HCISD. So thank you very much. We'll move on now to awards and recognitions. Item 2A, recognition of the Harlingen CISD Board of Trustees. Dr. Alicia Niola.
Thank you, Mr. President. You know, as we turn the calendar to a new year, for so many, this coming year is a year of promises, a year of hope for better tomorrows. And so it's also an opportunity, though, for us to look back and reflect on this past year. And so in that reflection, I can't think of a better time to recognize our amazing Board of Trustees. All of us know that 2020 was an unprecedented year. There was a lot of decisions and challenges that we had never faced in our 111th year history of HCISD. And yet, this Board of Trustees saw us through those challenges. They've remained steadfast in their focus on doing what is best collectively for our students, our staff, and our community. But if we look beyond 2020, this board has not only seen us through this pandemic, they have also seen us through our district's greatest transformation these past 8 years, a transformation that has resulted in our highest reading and graduation rates ever. So a lot of people wonder, well, how does that happen? Because it's been a relatively short amount of time. But you know, it's pretty easy because we're guided by a board who has a very healthy dissatisfaction with the status quo. Now, students, I know you all are looking and you're thinking, what does dissatisfaction mean? Are they permanently grumpy? But far from it. Far from it. It just means that our Board of Trustees expects of themselves and our school district's leadership to constantly be thinking about what's next, to be bold and to really look at the landscape of education for those things that will accelerate our organization in providing the very best education possible for our students, so that really HCISD never has to face the fate of those who think that it's okay to be good, that it's okay to be just fine. And so as we think about our Board of Trustees and all that they bring to the table, it's not only HCISD that recognizes what a terrific board we have. You know, last week as I was named Superintendent of Schools for HCISD, I received a lot of congratulations from people throughout the state, a lot of calls from superintendents in our area, superintendents across the state, and there was one recurring theme that kept coming up. And they spoke about how fortunate I was to work with this team. And you know, there is no doubt that TASA made the right choice in naming this Board of Trustees the best board in the state of Texas last year. And so, you know, as I think about this team, I always think that collectively, this is a powerhouse board. But you're a powerhouse board because of who you are as individuals. Each one of you brings a unique set of ideas, perspectives, creativity to every meeting, to everything that we do. So as your superintendent, I am enormously proud to serve alongside you. And so tonight, it's my honor to read a portion of the following proclamation that declares January 2021 Board Recognition Month. And so that proclamation says that whereas the mission of the public schools is to meet the diverse educational needs of all children and to empower them to become competent, productive contributors to a democratic society and an ever-changing world, and whereas local school board members are committed to children and believe that all children can be successful learners and that the best education is tailored to the individual needs of each child, and whereas local school board members work closely with parents, educational professionals, and other community members to create the educational vision we want for our students, and whereas local school board members are responsible for ensuring the structure that provides a solid foundation for our school system, and whereas local school board members are strong advocates for public education and are responsible for communicating the needs of the school district to the public and the public's expectation to the district, therefore, the Harlingen CISD school family does hereby declare our appreciation to the members of the HCISD Board of Trustees and proclaims the month of January 2021 as School Board Recognition Month in HCISD. I urge all citizens to join me in recognizing the dedication and hard work of local school board members and in working with them to mold an educational system that meets the needs of both today and tomorrow's children. So, you know, at this time in our nation, when we see what is happening across our country, and we long for role models of exceptional leadership, we don't have to look very far, because those models are here in HCISD in the form of our HCISD Board of Trustees. So, Mr. President, board members, on behalf of the 3,000 employees and over 17,000 students of HCISD, we thank you for your unwavering service, leadership, and dedication. And so wherever our community may be tonight, I ask that you join me in giving our phenomenal board a huge round of applause. Well, I have a few here, so I can stand up for them here.
Thank you, thank you.
And so we are not done, because we have some surprises for you, and so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Mr. Strubhart.
Thank you, Dr. Neola, Mr. President, board members, administration, and audience. As we celebrate Board Appreciation Month, we'd like to share this video tribute with you, put together by Brianna Bella and her team.
Oh, wow, here we go.
Stand by, I'm trying to get some audio out of this thing. Greg, can you mute these real quick so I can play the video here?
There we go.
2020 was a year we would have never expected, but we were prepared for it. The year showed us that the word possibility is not just another word in the dictionary, but an action we live every day. Using creative and innovative ways to engage our students, 2020 unveiled our true potential, helping us put our best foot forward. Using valuable resources, we've launched the future of education within families' homes and within our own schools. And in a time of great change, displayed great leadership. Thank you, Harlingen CISD Board of Trustees, for laying the foundation, supporting our students and staff, and giving our HCISD family the tools to build a better tomorrow. Because of you, we are ready. Because of you, we are HCISD.
Lovely. Lovely, lovely.
So at this time, we would like to present the board with a small token of our appreciation. Trustees that are at home or work, you should have someone at your front door with something. So y'all hear the doorbell ringing? Dr. Maniz, Ms. Fleurier, do you have someone there? Dr. Pettis?
Oh, my God.
Here in the boardroom, we have a few people delivering some gifts.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. Yeah, we had some spies out there at your. Thank you, Fleurier family, for helping us coordinate that over. And I think y'all are in New York, you're in New York right now, right?
I'm in Maryland.
Oh, Maryland. You're in Maryland.
Maryland on Chesapeake Bay.
Oh, this is great.
Look, you bring me my
Oh, I get a lot of use out of this.
So everybody can see?
Yeah.
Shay?
Yes. Oh, wow. That's what you look at every day, right? On Chesapeake Bay?
That's where I am.
Awesome. So we hope the vest with the ACISD Experience logo keeps you warm. And you also have an ACISD backpack in case you decide to go to school. May you wear them both with pride as you represent the over 20,000 incredible people under ACISD's care. Thank you very much for your service, Mr. President.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
I took my glasses off. I almost turned off my video because I got a little teary-eyed with the video.
Thank you.
But, you know what? I know we all have comments. I'm gonna let the rest of the board express their gratitude, and I'll let it come back to me at the end. So trustees, if you have, words of gratitude that you want to share with everybody? Go ahead, Ms. Fleury.
I'm putting on my vest. I would like to say that we frequently have the privilege and the opportunity to hear beautiful expressions of appreciation exemplified by Dr. Noyola's remarks. And we appreciate them very much. They mean the world to us. And they mean the world to us because you mean the world to us. But I think that not often enough do we have an opportunity to say that really the way we view it is the reverse. You know, those who are given the gift are those of us who serve as your Board of Trustees. Because to work with a school district of the quality and the integrity and the incredible talent of the children and the families that are represented in HCISD is indeed the gift of a lifetime. So thank you very much. You define our lives because we think about you all the time. And we want you to know how much we love you. And that even though we can't always be with you the way we have been in the past, we will be again one day. And whether it is in person or virtually, we think of you every single day. So thank you. The gift is ours, and the appreciation that needs to be expressed is from us to our fabulous superintendent and staff, and to all of the students at HCISD. So thank you very much. We love you.
Thank you, Jerry.
Mr. President,
Go ahead, Mr. Powers.
I just want to say thank you very much, Alicia, staff, and everything for you do for us. It is truly a privilege to be on this board, and truly a privilege to be able to serve this community. You know, working with all of you is a pleasure and an honor. It's a teamwork. It's truly a teamwork. I'll tell you a quick story. Today I called the clerk's office down in Brownsville, and I got one of the administrators. I won't give her name, but some of you probably know her. And she's a retired, she now works at the courthouse. And I said, my name is Greg Powers, and I'm calling on such and such case. Oh, Mr. Powers, you're on the school board in Harlingen, right? And I said, yes, ma'am. And she went on to tell how much she admired us. She's from a neighboring community, and how much she admired us and the things that we've accomplished. And in conjunction with that was her admiration for our superintendent, our former superintendent. Great congratulations on our new superintendent, who this person knew very well, and the things that this district has accomplished working together and as an example to the community. So I'm truly honored to be a part of this, and thank you all very much for this tonight.
At my best.
May I, Mr. President,
Yes, Dr. Reininger.
you never know if you're going to trip over somebody virtually. So, you know, first off, just thank you for the kind words and the gifts of appreciation, and really just above and beyond, there's no greater gift than being a part of this board and working with the senior team. We're so excited about you, Dr. Noyola. You know, the staff and the students, the enthusiasm for learning and making a difference every single day, there is no greater gift than that. I've been thinking a lot about just my service on the board and my thanks for that, as a inflection point, right? Thinking about 3 years have passed and going forward, et cetera. And it really has just given me such insight for the sophisticated way this district operates and the unrelenting dedication to making a difference every single day for every single student, for finding those pathways, for thinking through the details that matter, as we've seen with COVID, but they mattered even before that. And so, you know, the students, I know all of us as board members, we miss seeing all of them at different activities. I was thinking about that today, just how those opportunities to interact. You know, I and I know all of us as board members miss that. We miss seeing the staff. We miss seeing all of you in those easy, free ways. But we are so proud, so proud of what's happening, and know that this is, the sky's the limit. We're not there yet, but we're going to keep moving. And so thank you to the community for giving us the opportunity to serve. Thank you. Personally, I want to say that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan.
Mr. President? Yes, sir. Was that Dr. Muniz or Javier?
Thank you. I want to first thank the community for the trust they've put in this board. That is so powerful that the board, that the community really trusts not only this board, but the administration. So we couldn't do anything without the support, without the guidance, and without the backing of this great community that we have in Harwich and Primera and Combs. Second, I also want to thank the HCSD team and family. You know, we are a good board because we have a great HCSD staff. We have a fantastic new superintendent that we are extremely excited about. We have a past superintendent, which is probably one of the best past superintendents in the state of Texas and probably in the nation. We have a fantastic administration that are it's leading the charge with all the transformational pathways that we're doing and all the work that is needing to be done and the designing, the implementing, the creating, the advising and how we're moving forward. That's no small task. The support staff that a lot of times they're behind the scene, but they're probably the most important, which is the custodial, the maintenance, the nurses, diagnosticians, and the cafeteria. And when you start saying names, you kind of start you don't want to miss anybody out. But the support staff is just the best. And then finally, you know, the teachers themselves that have reinvented who they are, what they do, and how they implement their instruction. They took that task on. They took pride in what they did, and they didn't flinch. We took it to the next level. And then finally, our students, our great students. You know, I think I can speak on behalf of this board when I say we can put all of our students against any other students in the state of Texas. And what makes a great school district is great students that are in those great students. And if you hear people like Bianca that was talking, in fact, I'd hate to talk right after her because I'd make me look bad. So that's why I waited about maybe 30 minutes after she finished. But our students are just second to none, and so proud of them. They haven't been intimidated by all these changes. They've taken it head on. So proud of everyone. I mean, we could talk all night long about the great school district that we have, but this school district isn't made up of one entity. It is many. It's the community. It's the students. It's the board. It's administration. It's the teachers. And I'll tell you, if we had an organizational chart, at the very bottom would be the board, and at the very top would be the students, and then everybody else. So we're humbled. Thank you very much. We don't look for these gifts, but we do appreciate it. Make no mistake, it's something that we treasure. And I already put that vest on, as you can see. It even fits, even though I've gained a little bit of weight. But again, thank you. God bless, and thank you for allowing us to be in your homes, be in your living rooms, and trust in us as we move this district forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Javier. That's why I didn't put my vest on. Don't want to embarrass myself. Anybody else?
May I, Mr. President?
Yes, sir, Dr. Muniz.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, yes, I also want to say a set of thankfulness, gratitude towards everybody. You know, it's interesting because if you think back a year ago, we were in that boardroom with a band, mariachis, we had soldiers in there, or cadets, right? It was an amazing time, an amazing experience, and it's amazing how in just 1 year things can change so dramatically. So I want to first of all just say thank you, because you're still thanking us for something that we do because we love what we do. We love our kids, we love our teachers, we just love HCISD. And so I'm grateful for that. In addition to that, you know, I can honestly say this, that the reason why our school board is so successful is because we have trust. And we mentioned that we have trust for the community, but it goes beyond that. It goes trust to every level. I can call Javier, I can call Dr. Perez, I can call Dr. Reiniger. If I need to have a conversation, I would easily, if I were in had a problem, I could call any one of those individuals, anybody on the board, and say, hey, can you help me? And I know they'd be there. This trust goes beyond regular trust, you know? And that's what really creates such a great bond between us, which allows us to move forward so quickly, and just, it creates just synergy. In addition to that, you know, yes, we're getting applauds and gifts, but like I said, we don't do it for that. As Javier mentioned, you know, we're doing it because we love what we do. The real gratitude and the real heavy lifting is done by, you know, our superintendent and our senior team. They're the ones that deserve and much more credit than we get. Because yes, we're looking at policies, and yes, we're the ones that say, you know, discuss what we should do, but they're the ones that come up with how to do it. And the how is much more powerful, much more difficult. You know, it's like Shane Strubart coming in with his fantastic team with such a fantastic video. I mean, wow, that's a great video, Shane. Thank you so much for that. You know, Veronica Gortan and her brains, you know, she's just so intelligent, so smart, and she comes up with so many amazing things. And the list goes on and on. There's so many people. Really, they're the ones that should get the gratitude, and I am grateful for them. I know this board is grateful for them. That being said, thank you so much for all that you do for us, and for making me feel special, and I do have a debt of gratitude. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Williams.
Mr. President, I think that leaves only me before you speak. Is that right, sir?
Yes, sir.
So, well, thanks. I don't know what I can say that already hasn't been said. My colleagues are so eloquent and so right on the mark. I'll say a few words again that will resonate, but they've been said before, but they mean a lot to me as well. I mean, first of all, I have to tell you how honored I am to serve on the board, and how appreciative I am of the community giving me the trust to serve. This community is lucky, but think about it in this way. You have a great board because this community gets it. This community is strong, this community cares deeply, and this community knows the value of public education. And so therefore it comes together always, day after day, year after year, to support its public schools. And so it's no mistake as to why we have a great board. It's been done in a very purposeful manner. And so thank you for the trust you have in us and the trust you have in me to serve. But just know this, we are a board of servant leaders. We know our role, we do it well. We're not perfect, but I can tell you this, we work tirelessly to make sure that we are focusing in the governance space, that we're always driving the right policies, and we're always relentlessly dissatisfied to be thinking in a strategic fashion 5-10 years down the road. And so here we live in this in this pandemic. It wasn't long ago that we had a strategic plan that we set out as a community, and this board was a big part of that. And guess what? It wasn't just the board that was relentlessly dissatisfied with where we were. The community was as well. So we're just sort of a reflection of the community, and so this community is very much always thinking ahead. I mean, so it's no surprise that we are far and away, ahead of everybody else, even as we reshape the delivery of public education during and after a pandemic. And so we are going to continue to use this crisis as a catalyst to further drive our innovation and create more opportunities for our students in the future. And so I just can't tell you how lucky I feel to serve on this board. Right now, we have a little bit of a transition, but I will tell you, I've never been more optimistic about HCISD. Not only because I don't think we've ever had a more prepared person to lead this district. Dr. Noyola, when she took this job a few days ago, or started this job a few days ago, we've never sat a person for superintendency that is as prepared as she is to sit for this job. And I think Dr. Archivassos will tell you that himself. He did amazing things in his watch and his leadership. But therein lies another opportunity. Dr. Cavazos won't be another superintendent elsewhere. He's told many people that. But I can assure you this, and I'm not going to speak for him, and we'll celebrate him later, but I can assure you that we have another secret, ambassador at our side. And I can tell you that in the future, Dr. Archivassos will continue to not only be a great ambassador for HCISD and our staff and our students and our community, but also continue to bring opportunities for our district in different ways. And so as we lead into a new era under the amazing leadership of Dr. Noyola, I'm just very, very excited that we're going to continue to do innovative, bold things and become the model district not only for the state, but for this nation. Because it's not about us, it's about creating opportunities, limitless opportunities for each and every student, special needs student, everybody. We know that we have so much more we can do, and now we'll be able to do it in different ways, hybrid and remote, and of course face-to-face. So although we all strive for a more normal situation, we're embracing new opportunities to do things differently and to be more innovative and more bold in the service of our students and our precious future leaders. So God bless y'all. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. We love y'all, and thanks for everything you do to inspire our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pedersen. Thank you to my fellow trustees for those words. To say it's an honor and to say I'm humbled to serve not just the HCISD community, but the greater Harlingen community is an understatement. I was born and raised here. 2 years ago, I couldn't be here for this meeting because I was in a hospital following some bypass surgery. But I felt the love from the community, and none of that is ever taken for granted, right? And so when there's moments like today where we get recognized, and we get recognized by the community, the HCISD community, our superintendent, administration, the senior team, it's really humbling to me because I take this role as your trustee to heart, and we all do, right? We all do. It's very, being from here and being able to come back and serve my community in this capacity means the world to me. So I wasn't joking when I said that the video kind of made me teary-eyed. I don't know if it's the pandemic and all the quarantining and shutdowns, but I've become a little bit of a llorón, if you know what that means. And everybody has already said it, we're only as good as our district, and I think Javier mentioned, that we would be at the bottom of that chain of command, and we are. A couple of years ago when we interviewed for the Board of the Year award, I mentioned that we stand on the shoulders of many, and we do. You know, there's 7 board members, but we're here because a community trusts us. And I think you saw that as a common theme as we expressed our gratitude. There's a level of trust between the community and Ms. Fleury, Dr. Muñiz, Dr. Perez, Dr. Reininger, Mr. Powers, and Mr. De Leon that, you know, quite frankly, a lot of communities don't have. So we don't take it for granted. You know, they've entrusted us as trustees with the school district, with the finances of the school district, policy making of the school district, making sure we hire the right people, you know, Dr. Niola. But more importantly, they trust us with their children. And so we don't take that for granted. We're very honored to serve you guys, and we're honored to continue to serve you guys. So thank you all for entrusting us. And I'd be remiss if I didn't, especially on Board Appreciation Month, if I didn't show my appreciation for my fellow trustees. You know, because we you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic, you know, and as board president, someone told me one time, it's like, man, you picked the wrong year to be a president, you know? I said, no. I said, you know, there's an old sports term that says you always want the ball when the game's on the line, right? And now more than ever, I appreciate being your trustee. You know, as we navigate through a pandemic, and as we navigated through the hiring of a superintendent, that was a huge transition. It's a huge transition that we're going through. I think somebody else spoke to it. You know, we have the perfect person sitting in the superintendent seat right now to continue to lead us in that direction. But my appreciation is to our trustees, and I want to take this time to thank each one of you for trusting me to lead this ship, you know, and allowing me to make calls and allowing me to make decisions with your advice. And more than anything, I'm thankful that you guys were there and are there to advise me, because I can't do this alone. It's a collective body. But I just wanted to thank you all here publicly, because I do appreciate y'all's leadership and mentorship for someone like me. So thank you all. Thank you to the community. Thank you to the students that are watching. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, fellow trustees, man. You guys mean a lot to me. And we're going to do now?
Yeah, can we go ahead and, can you get all the trustees to look at their camera real quick? I'm going to take a quick photo. Mr. Powers, you can look at your iPad in front of you. All right, on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you all. All right. So we'll move on to item 2B, student leadership recognitions, Mr. Shane Struble.
Mr. President, board members, Dr. Niola, administration, and audience. Tonight, we recognize student leaders from, oh, by the way, can we get all of the student advisory board to go ahead and turn on your video? There you go.
There they come.
There you go. Yeah, go ahead and all the student advisory board and also our Eagle Scout. Now, if you can turn on your video as well while I read this. All right, excellent. Tonight, we recognize student leaders from across our district. These exceptional students represent the leadership and outstanding organizations, as well as dedication to the improvement of our campuses district-wide. They practice daily communication, creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking skills, which are essential to the success of any leader and traits we teach our students at every grade level. With many of our student organizations frequently participating in community service, these students are also dedicated to improving the lives of others around them. These exceptional students here tonight represent our superintendents, student advisory board, and 1 Eagle Scout from the Scouts of America. As we honor our school board this month, we know that many of these young leaders will someday be serving in roles similar to your own. So we want to thank the board for always being an outstanding example to these future leaders. Mr. President, Dr. Niola, at this time I'm going to present the Student Advisory Board. I have a PowerPoint put together so y'all can actually see their photos as I call out their name. Yay. Get this going. All right. Okay. Our first student is Louis Fuentes Jr., who is a senior class president from Harlingen High School. Normally, we have a lot of clapping after every name. This is very different, so I'm just going to do a little air claps here. All right. Mia Andrea Castillo, PTSA President from Harlingen High School. Evelyn Giselle Alcacer from Harlingen High School. She is our Student Council President. Nathan Ray Gutierrez, who is the National Honor Society President from Harlingen High School. And Jose Omar Padilla, who is the Student Ambassador from Harlingen High School. Moving on to South is our Student Advisory Board President, Ashley Young. She is also the Senior Class President from Harlingen High School South. Hannah Abrego from Harlingen High School South, who is the PTSA President. Michaela Amatrani, Student Council President from Harlingen High School South. Ebony Solis, Student Advisory Board Vice President, National Honor Society President from Harlingen High School South. Alexander Rodriguez, Student Advisory Board Secretary, Student Ambassador, basketball player as well, he's playing right now, and from Harlingen High School South. Valerie Martinez from Early College High School, and she is their Senior Class President. Kylie Hinojosa, Student Council President from Early College High School. Jorge Alvarez, Senior Class President from Harlingen School of Health Professions. Noah Weeks, Student Council President from Harlingen School of Health Professions. Chris Cantu, Class President from Dr. Abraham P. Cano Freshman Academy. Brianna Cavazos, Student Council President from Dr. Abraham P. Cano Freshman Academy. Jacob Cano, Student Ambassador from Dr. Abraham P. Cano Freshman Academy. And Johan Avila from Harlingen is a Harlingen Rising Leader from Keys Academy. Moving on to our middle school. From Coakley Middle School, Isaiah Rodriguez, Student Council President. From Gutierrez Middle School, Hadley Keith, Student Council President. From Memorial Middle School, Isabella Perez, Student Council President. From Bella Middle School, Robert Villarreal, Student Council President. From Vernon Middle School, Michaela Wisdom, Student Council President. And my computer stopped. Hold on a second. There we go. Emily Aguilar. Let me make sure that was right. Okay. Emily Aguilar, Student Council President from STEM Squared Preparatory Academy. And our Eagle Scout he graduated last year virtually from Harlingen High School South. So he's joining us via Zoom. He's going to college right now. He's our only Eagle Scout tonight from Harlingen High School South, Benjamin Rosef. Ladies and gentlemen, those are our student leaders for this evening. Thank you all. So I got all of our student leaders. Everybody wave. All the student leaders wave. There you go. Let me take a screenshot real quick. Everybody smile, look at the camera. I'll take a screenshot. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Hey, Mr. President.
Thank you, Shane, and congratulations to all of you guys on your leadership roles. I don't know if any trustees have any comments to share.
Just super proud, super proud.
Yeah, Mr. President, I just might add, you know, there's an incredible gift that you're taking advantage of to step into a leadership role, right? It's easy to say, oh, somebody else can do it, or maybe my voice doesn't matter that much, or, oh, it's one more thing to do, and without the list of accomplishments that all of you have, you know, what do I do? But you stepped into this role, and we're so thankful, we're so proud. HCISD does not get better without student voices and student leaders. So we owe a debt of gratitude to all of you. Keep up the great work. We love seeing your faces on the screen. We can't wait to see you in person. But your leadership is tremendous. And to Mr. Rosef, congratulations on achieving that high honor. I know the amount of work that you put in to do that, and it just sets you on such a tremendous course. So keep up the great work.
Thank you, Dr. Reininger.
Mr. President?
Go ahead, Dr. Bettis.
Yeah, I just want to say to these amazing young talented student leaders that, you know, probably some of you were probably convinced to do this because a teacher or administrator saw that you were someone that should be doing this. And If that resonates with a couple of you, great. Maybe some of you wanted to do it yourselves, and that's great also. But thank you for stepping up, taking a chance. Thank you for putting yourself out there. It's not easy to, in many ways, you basically are embracing a very valuable, I think, a good habit, which is making yourself vulnerable. Because when you do that, great things happen when you put yourself out there and you put yourself around great people in the service of others. And also remember, what you're doing now is not something that's, that you're doing by yourself, which is also a very important lesson. You're doing some great work, but you're doing that in a team alongside others. And so, keep doing that, keep taking chances, keep surrounding yourself with allies, not admirers, right? Because allies are people that are smarter and maybe better than you in some way, but they'll lift you up and they'll make you better, and they'll inspire you, versus the admirers, which they just make you feel good and that kind of stuff, but they won't necessarily help you too much. And so keep that in mind when you're in high school and college, high school and college, because the allies are the ones that are going to really make you a better human being and make you a better person. So keep doing that. Lastly, I will just say this. We expect a lot from you. We expect you to be in our shoes someday. But the only way you get there is you keep making great decisions, and you maintain a growth mindset, which is always trying to tackle the difficult problems, always trying to learn and grow, and not taking the easy way out. So it requires hard work, it requires persistence, and it requires you constantly making great decisions and protecting your image, protecting your brand. So keep up the great work. We're really proud of you, and we can't wait to see what you all each individually do. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Bettis.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir, go ahead, Dr. Muniz.
just really quick, hey, congratulations to all of you guys, and love your leadership, and just want to give you a couple of quick words that, hey, we know that leadership's not easy. And, I remember when I started, I was actually the class secretary my senior year, and that was my first big role into a leadership position. And ever since then, it's just gotten better and funner. So I applaud you for having these positions, and I encourage you, just like Dr. Pettis said, to continue going forth and finding and keep pushing forward, because sometimes leadership's not easy. We know it's not easy, right? We're making tough decisions quite often that will impact so many other people. And I want to leave you with a great quote, one of my favorite quotes. I put it on a lot of my emails, and it's from Ralph Waldo Emerson. And it goes like this: that which we persist on doing doesn't become easier, but our intensity, our ability to do so increases. And I think that that's really what leadership's about, right? So go forth, have fun, and good job.
Thank you, Dr. Muniz. All right, well, if nobody has anything to say, I will just say congratulations again. And, like Dr. Muniz said, leadership's not easy, but it can be something that can be very fulfilling when done well. And you all are, off to the right start. You're off on the right foot, taking all these leadership roles. Dr. Bettis mentioned service. There's a lot of words to describe being a leader. Another one is a role model. You guys are being role models right now, not just to the ones in high school, to the ones in middle school, but to your own friends. So remember that. That you're setting examples not just for younger siblings or younger family members or friends, but for your own classmates, for your own friends. And sometimes there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. So I want to commend you for that. And the other thing I wanted to say is, leadership is hard, but always remember to lead with compassion. Compassion. I just want you to remember that word and figure out what it means to you. But just remember that being a good leader is also being a compassionate leader. So congratulations again, and we thank you also for stepping up to the role. So thank you. We'll move on to item 2. Go ahead, sorry.
Hello, may I say something?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
My name is Ashley. I'm the Student Advisory Board President for this year. On behalf of me and our officers, we just want to say thank you to the board members for all your kind words and for everything you've done for our district. You know, taking time out of like your own personal time to willingly help us. It means a lot to us. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you, Ashley. Thank you. And we do it, Ashley, because we believe in you guys. We believe that you guys are going to go out and do what you want to do. And I will say this, you know, go out, go do what you're going to do. You know, the world is yours. Consider coming back one day, because we need you here in Harlingen and the Valley. So, but thank you, Ashley, for those words. Move on to item 2C, recognition of National Hispanic Recognition Program. Recipient, presenter, Ms. Melissa Parker. And if you don't mind staying on, you guys can stay on and watch the meeting, or, you know, feel free to stay on if you want. Sorry, Ms. Parker, go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the board, Dr. Noyola, and members of the senior team and audience. Right at this point, I would like to invite Mr. Caleb Blackburn to turn, there he is, we'll see him, to come to turn on his video. And so this evening, we honor Caleb Blackburn from Harlingen High School South. He is the recipient of the National Hispanic Recognition Program. And so this program, the NHRP, identifies academically outstanding Hispanic and Latino high school students. Each year, the NHRP honors about 5,000 of the highest scoring students from over 250,000 Hispanic Latino juniors who take the PSAT and MSQT. Although the NHRP does not provide a financial reward, being named as an important academic recognition, the NHRP is proud to honor outstanding students and makes this information available to colleges and universities that are particularly interested in communicating with academically exceptional Hispanic Latino students. So we honor Sir Caleb Blackburn. He's from Harlingen High School South. I would like to invite him to tell us about his senior year and his plans for the coming year.
So I just want to say thank you for, it's important, I like being recognized for this, and my plans for next year is to hopefully attend the University of Alabama, and this award definitely helped being able to get a scholarship to go there, and so just I want to thank you for being recognized.
Thank you so much, Caleb. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Caleb, and congratulations, and roll tide.
Mr. President, I'm just curious if that decision to attend the University of Alabama came before or after Monday night's victory.
That definitely was included.
The final
Wow.
score.
Well, I can, as a you know, Mr. Powers is going to chastise me for this later, but as a University of Texas alumnus and Longhorn, the first time I was a little bit cheering on Alabama because we were going to receive one of their the offensive coordinator, Sarkisian, so he'll be the head coach of the Texas Longhorns next year. So anyway, so I was a little bit excited to see how well they did, but anyway, congratulations to you, very proud of you. Thank you for being here.
Great job, Caleb. Shane, can we take a...
Yes, please. Can I get everyone to look at the screen real quick for a photo? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Thank you, Caleb.
Caleb, may I say, I just want to say roll tide.
Yes, ma'am, roll tide.
Roll tide.
All right, we'll move on to item number 3, the approval of minutes. Item 3A, December 8th, 2020, regular, oh, no, wait, sorry, that's right. Sorry, Brianna, are you on? Next, we'll move on to item 2D, the recognition of PTSA Students of the Month for January. Ms. Brianna Vela Garcia.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Noyola, administration, and audience. Tonight I'll be recognizing our January PTSA Students of the Month, and they're joining us in the Zoom meeting to watch the video and be recognized. So I think we have some of the students turning on their cameras. Perfect. Awesome. The students you see tonight proudly represent the PTSAs of Harlingen High School, Harlingen High School South, Early College, High School, and Harlingen School of Health Professions. The video will be available on our YouTube page after this meeting, but we hope you all enjoy watching it right now.
My name is Brianna Benavides, and I'm a senior at Harlingen High School. I'm actively involved in student council, NHS, and PTSA. I'm also a varsity cheerleader, and I hold a secretary position there. And outside of school, I attend Palm Valley Gymnastics and Dance, where I have been dancing for 12 years. And at my church, I'm a choir member for my youth group. I'm passionate about helping others, caring for them all the time, and putting others first. And that is why I want to pursue something in the future in the medical field to help. I'm planning to go to Texas State, and there I'll get my bachelor's degree of nursing of science, and I'll become a neonatal nurse. I would like to thank my parents for always guiding me in the right path and pushing me all the time and always supporting me in everything I do and being my #1 supporters. And I would also like to thank my coaches and teachers, especially Mr. Ortega, my dual calculus teacher. He's been my dual teacher for 2 years now, and he's just such an amazing teacher. He's always taught me that no goal is too big to achieve.
Hi, my name is Galicia Landaverde, and I am a senior at Harlingen High School. I am involved in the varsity orchestra. I am also a member of the Harlingen High School DECA chapter, where I serve as secretary. I'm a member of the National Honor Society, PTSA, Key Club. I'm also serving as a student council parliamentarian. I'm a member of the Rotary Interact Club, where I serve as a student council representative. I'm a member of the TRIO program, Upward Bound Math and Science at UTRGV, and I also serve as a worship leader at my church. Some things I am passionate about is my faith in God, of course. I am also passionate about learning and gaining experience to one day make an impact in my community and make a difference in the lives of the people around me. I am currently undecided on the university I plan to attend, but I am leaning towards attending the University of Texas at Austin. I plan on majoring in education, one day receive my doctorates, and become a superintendent. First and foremost, I would like to thank God. I would like to thank my parents and my family. They've worked tirelessly to help me achieve my goals. I would like to thank my DECA advisor, Mrs. Hernandez, my student council advisor, Mrs. Hunt, and my orchestra director, Mrs. Rainey.
My name is Justin Armstrong, and I am a senior at Harlingen High School South. I am the team captain of the South's varsity swim team. I'm also the team captain of the Battle of the Books Club here at South, the vice president of the varsity orchestra, and I'm a member of the NHS here at South. I'm passionate about music and a lot of things in the outdoors, been a member of the Boy Scouts since I was very young. Still am a current member, serving in several active leadership roles. I'm not sure where I want to attend college yet. I will not find out a lot of my acceptances until late March, but I do want to study aerospace engineering and go into the field as an aerospace engineer if possible. I would of course like to thank my mom. She was my elementary school principal once upon a time. I would also like to thank just all of my teachers I've had throughout the years. And my elementary school librarian, Miss Durham, because she got me reading books. I know she's no longer in our district, but she was a big influence on me.
My name is Alyssa Ledesma, and I go to Harlingen High School South. I'm a senior. I'm currently in NHS at Harlingen High School South, and I have been playing softball there, varsity softball there for 4 years. I currently play first base, but I will probably be transferring to second base. I really like all the girls that play there with me, and the connection we all have together as a team is great. I'm really passionate about school and softball itself. I've been playing softball since I was 3, so it's a really big part of my life. I currently applied to UT Dallas and I got accepted, so I will be furthering my academic and athletic career over there. I plan to major in exercise science and I want to be a physical therapist. I'd like to thank all my teachers who have helped me throughout the years and shaped me into who I am, and I especially like to thank my mom because she's also a teacher for HCISD and she's helped a lot.
I'm Hector Maximus Garcia. I go by Max Garcia. I'm a 12th grader at Early College High School. I'm in PTSA, Student Council, and I held the treasurer position last year. I'm in NHS, and I volunteer at Memorial Middle School with their basketball team. Every morning I'd watch their games, and then I'd go to their Saturday practices just to give them pointers and to help them a little bit more to understand the game of basketball. I'm passionate about coaching. I'm really into motorsports like Formula One racing. I'm interested in politics, whichever spectrum. I read into a lot of stuff. I really like reading and listening to books. I have an Audible account and I love it. And I also, I'm interested in music. I like writing songs and playing the guitar. I'm not set in stone yet with where I'm going to school. I'm applied to the Naval Academy. I'm going to apply to University of Pittsburgh and Boston College, as well as I'm already applied to University of Texas at Austin and UTSA. I plan on studying business and finance, but I also like the idea of coaching, so I'm also, my second major that I applied to is kinesiology. I'd also like to freelance and be able to travel. I'd love to thank my parents, Mr. Ortega, the vice principal at Early College, Mr. Ibarra, one of my favorite teachers at Early College, and my Coach Ali Good. They just helped me along the way through my path of high school, and they were always there for me if I needed to talk to someone.
My name is Kaylee Miller. I am a senior at Early College High School. This year I'm involved in yearbook as editor-in-chief. I also am a student trainer at South High School, and I'm also a member in NHS and Student Council. I was interested in doing student training because sophomore year I actually wanted to be an athletic trainer myself for high school and even a professional sports league or even being an orthopedic surgeon. So that's why I continued to join student training. I'm very passionate about graphic design and art. I want to pursue a career in graphic design, and with that I think that you also get to relay a message and help people understand things that they necessarily may not come in contact with and they may not understand at the first go. I plan on going to school at either Texas Tech, University of North Texas, or Texas A&M, and I plan to study in the graphic design, also known as communication design. And for the future, I plan to work at a big company such as Nike or Journeys and help with their graphic design program. I would like to thank my parents, of course. They have helped me and they've been so supportive of everything that I've done with all my crazy schedule. And I'd also like to thank the teachers along the way, especially Miss Carla Lopez and Miss Poppy from ECHS. They have really helped me and they've really showed me what there is to life after high school.
My name is Linda Lee Gonzalez, and I am a senior at Harlingen School of Health Professions. Some positions I've held are Secretary of PTSA, Secretary of Politics Club, Secretary of Rotary Club, Historian for Class Student Council, and I'm currently a class representative for the Valley Baptist Medical Center of the Nursing School. I am also an active member in PTSA, National Honor Society, and Politics Club. Throughout my school years, I participated in tennis, band, and the book club. Nursing was what I'm most passionate about. While at the hospital during my clinicals, I felt a great satisfaction in knowing that I was able to help patients recuperate. I plan on attending the University of Texas at Rio Grande Valley, majoring in nursing and minoring in education. For my future career, I plan on being a nurse practitioner. I would like to thank my mother and my father, Michael Maldonado and Ricardo Maldonado, who have been the greatest and biggest influences in my life. They have taught me and my siblings to aim high, work hard, and to respect and value myself and others.
My name is Cristina Cantu, and I'm a senior at Harlingen School of Health Professions. I am in HOSA, that's the club I'm in right now currently, and I have been in 3 years, and I'm just a member. We've done fundraisers. I like that we get to experience more future medical related stuff, like they teach us more, and they tell us about future medical careers that they're interested in. Some things that I'm passionate about is I like cooking. That's like one of my favorite passions, and I love traveling. I would like to travel like the whole world if I can. Travel is like my dream to do, to travel to a lot of places. The school I plan to go to is to UTRGV in Bronxville, and I would like to study get my nursing degree, so I could be probably a high school or like a middle school nurse, because I really like school, but I don't want to be a teacher, but I still want to involve with the school. So what other way to be like a nurse and help with kids? Some people that I would like to thank, it's my mom. She has been there for me for a long time, and she made everything possible. She made it possible for me to enter Harlingen School of Health Professions, and also my grandma. She has always been there for me too.
These interviews are always so fun for us because we get to see that each student has such like a different and unique passion, and even, despite the limitations of this year, they remain so active and so involved. So a huge congratulations to our students. And I'd also like to recognize our students' family members that may be watching on our live broadcast this evening, and our high school PTSA organizations and our Harlingen City Council President Elias Ortega. So students, as I call your name, please just send a big wave through the camera. From Harlingen High School, we have Brianna Benavides. We have Galicia Landaverde. From Harlingen High School South, we have Justin Armstrong. Alyssa Ledesma. From Early College High School, we have Max Garcia. We have Kaylee Miller. From Harlingen School of Health Professions, we have Linda Gonzalez. And we have Cristina Cantu. And awesome that they're all here tonight. So I would like to invite our Board of Trustees to say a few words, and then we'll take a group photo.
Trustees?
Mr. President, I'll just say quickly, a thank you for being here, and just like the student leaders that we celebrated before, we continue to be inspired by you, even during this different way of participating in school. You still are finding different ways to inspire us and inspire yourselves. Thank you for being here tonight, but just keep up the great work. We're proud of you. You're a great reflection. You reflect well on your family, in this community, and this school district, and just keep doing what you're doing. We expect great things from you, and we hope that wherever you go, you'll come back and be leaders here in the community. So thank you for being here tonight. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Pettis.
Mr. President?
Go ahead, Dr. Arning.
I just wanted to say that, congratulations to the whole group. And there was just such sincerity about this group and y'all's ability to just have this beautiful conversation and tell us about yourselves and make it, really, the world is about to get the greatest group of people. Just human beings, your enthusiasm, your willingness to serve. I just love the way you describe your ambition, and it was just, there's no end to what you can accomplish. So it was just delightful to hear about your hopes and your aspirations. And so we celebrate you. Quick shout out to Kaylee, who I've watched grow up. I can't believe she's a senior. And really to all of you, just congratulations and thank you for what you will do and what you already have done.
Thank you, Dr. Reininger.
Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am?
I would just like to say that I agree with every single word of my colleagues, and they've spoken just beautifully to describe an extraordinary group of young people, including our gentleman a few moments ago, the Roll Tide fellow from Alabama. But we really appreciate the fact that you took the time to apply for this recognition because it's very significant. This has been a legacy recognition in our Harlingen schools, and we're really grateful to the City Council PTA for continuing it and for Brianna and her group for really revving it up to many higher levels than we've been able to do in the past. But it's all about you. It's all about the students, and it's all about your excellence, and it's all about your well-roundedness. And so we want to congratulate you. We want to say that we are excited for your future, that we will continue to follow you, and we want you to always remember that you will have a place in the family of HCISD because you are part of us, and you're very, very important on your campuses. So kudos to you. Thanks a lot, and congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Fleury.
All right, if I could get the students and everybody to just wave real quick, we'll take a group photo. Waiting for a few seconds. One more. Excellent, thank you.
Thank you, Brianna. Thank you all. Congratulations to you guys and your families. This is also one of my favorite parts pre-pandemic because we'd all get together and we take a big group photo and then we take a selfie, and we can't do that. But you know what I'm going to do? It's everybody wave. And I'll try to get in there. So 1, 2, 3, and go. All right. Perfect. We have to adjust, right?
Yeah.
So thank you all. Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
And congratulations to your families.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We'll move on to item number 3 on the agenda. That's the approval of minutes. Item 3A, the December 8th, 2020 regular board meeting.
Mr. President, I move that we approve the minutes as submitted.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Powers and a second by Dr. Reininger. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Next, we have item 3B, the December 10th, 2020 special board meeting.
Mr. President, I move we approve the minutes of the special board meeting as submitted.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Powers, second by, I think it was Ms. Fleury. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have the December 14th, 2020 special board meeting.
Mr. President, I move approval of the December 14, 2020 special board meeting.
Second.
We have a motion by Dr. Reininger and a second by, I think it was Mr. De Leon. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Then we have the January 4th, 2021 special board meeting.
Mr. President, I move approval of the special board meeting minutes for January 4th, 2021 as presented.
Second. We have a motion by Dr. Bettis, a second by Dr. Mies. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Next up, we have the principal's report from Gutierrez Middle School. We have Ms. Esmeralda Felix. Is she ready?
Mr. Daniel Sanchez.
I saw her earlier.
Yes, sir, I am ready.
Thank you, Ms. Felix.
No, I can't see him. Probably the end is colder. There she is.
The end is colder.
So cute.
That is neat.
Good evening, Board President, board members, Dr. Noyola, administration, and members of the audience. Thank you for the opportunity to speak on behalf of our newly redesigned campus. Late fall of 2019, Gutierrez Middle School was officially selected to be HCISD Next Specialty Campus. Our students, parents, and teachers were equally excited for this opportunity. During the spring of 2020, we formed a committee to start planning the work for the 2020-2021 school year. We knew we needed to align to Lee Means Fine Arts Academy and to our Harlingen Performing Arts Conservatory. We established 3 pathways. The first pathway is musical theater, which has an emphasis on acting, voice, and dance training for our students. Our second pathway is theater production, which develops proficiency in acting by prompting an understanding of the methods, principles, and practices for all acting styles through modern tests. The third pathway is dance, which assists students in developing an awareness of the body's movement and form using sensory information while in motion. Our advanced students take courses at the conservatory, while our beginner students are working at the campus level. These students work as a team, build self-confidence, and understand the importance of giving back while fostering their creative expression and cultivating their artistic interests. Although we encountered some obstacles early spring of 2020 due to COVID-19, our staff never allowed this to be a deterrent for our HCISD students. Teachers explored methods to keep our art students highly engaged while actively participating in competitive events. During the fall of 2020, our students virtually competed in speech, drama, and debate tournaments across the U.S. and have done exceptionally well. Our speech, drama, debate team is led by our theater arts teacher, Mr. Zachary Fryman, and our musical theater consultant, Ms. Melinette Payares. Our talented students entered the virtual world, the tournament world, with full force. These fierce middle school students shocked the interpretation world during their first tournament, competing against 54 high school students from all over the nation, taking second place sweepstakes. Standouts from this tournament include Adriana Rodriguez, 8th grader, who took first place in dramatic interpretation and program oral interpretation. Another student standout was Alexa Trevino, 6th grader, who took first place in oral interpretation. They've competed in several tournaments all over the nation, making a name for themselves because of their high ranks and determination, all while placing HCISD on the map. Ms. Adriana Rodriguez also went on to take a top IE Speaker Award from the PSJA tournament, beating out more than 100 high school students. Another amazing highlight was our team winning the overall championship sweepstake at the Mass Junior Tournament. These students have not stopped and continue to perfect their craft. They will be entering many more tournaments as well as UIL One Act Play, and will also be working on a virtual spring show. This year, we've also added piano and guitar classes as music choices for our students. Recently at HCISD Music Olympics, our music department was crowned Olympic champions. Our orchestra group continues to raise the bar by having the most students who earn chairs for an all-city event. They had a total of 30 students accepted. Just like our students, our commitment to the arts pathway continues, taking the form of renovations to our campus, such as the Performing Arts Black Box. This transformed space will now serve as a practice arena for our theater students and their productions. In addition, one of our humble classrooms has been subtly altered so that the flooring can better support our dance students, and the walls can now reflect the excellence of their performance. This is our on-campus dance studio. That said, our focus isn't singular, but twofold. We have taken down the walls, isolating our robotics lab, allowing others to view the great work that began in 2014 and that will continue in 2021. The next lab to it has been repurposed into a digital Mac lab, an intersection where art and science meet in collaboration and creativity. Our creative and highly artistic students have also embraced this new course, Introduction to Digital Art. This class is an introduction to digital visual arts technology and tools. In this class,
Students create and experiment with computer technology related to the visual arts. Students use programs like Procreate as the platform for digital painting, drawing, and flash animation, creating short animations like a digital flipbook. This semester, students started working on designing layouts related to graphic designs using Google Drawings. Next semester, our students are looking forward to using the cameras on their iPads to bring in the digital photo element. This course is a great foundational piece for advanced courses at the high school and our district's very own Media Arts and Communications Academy. In addition, we've also had several students selected to display their artwork in the Raise Your Hand Texas Postcard Competition, as well as in the Harlingen Public Library Winter Art Show. We are very proud of our students on being amongst the few that were selected to display their work. We are equally excited to be offering courses and opportunities for our students in the sciences pathway. We have come a long way since we first started robotics back in 2014. We currently offer 4 Project Lead the Way courses: App Creators, Computer Science, Robotics, Automation, and Flight and Space. These courses allow for inquiry, reasoning, and collaboration required in STEM learning classrooms. These courses demand a rigor and relevance as part of the curriculum, and students who take these classes must learn to think critically as they use science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to analyze and solve real-world problems through direct learning experiences. Project Lead the Way courses have allowed for hands-on learning experiences, which gives students a better understanding regarding choices in engineering and technical fields. We have also designed an integrated science course, which focuses on different forms of energy: biofuels, hydroelectric power, natural gas, hydrogen gas, nuclear power, solar power, tidal and wave energy, as well as wind energy. In addition, we have created a math science combo class to provide project-based learning that will promote creativity, collaboration, and innovation as students explore the field of STEM. These opportunities will enhance problem-solving skills by analyzing data while experimenting and researching engineering models. Students will use technology to present their solutions and their processes of inquiry. We are providing a pathway for students to explore STEM endorsements that align and prepare our students for high school. We are enthusiastic to be partnering up with the Nuclear Power Institute at Texas A&M. This program will be geared for students interested in expanding their knowledge and understanding of STEM careers. More specifically, the program is designed for mentoring and encouraging STEM-rich programs at universities, 2-year technical colleges, and technical certificate programs. Students will participate in the Workforce Industry Training Junior, geared for middle school, allowing them exposure to higher education and career opportunities, while building the confidence to pursue further STEM education. While the founding emphasis is based on nuclear energy and technology applications, the program is broadly open to all aspects of STEM applications. Our ACE program was selected to participate in the 2020-2021 NASA 10 STEM Design Challenge. These challenges will allow middle school students from across the country an opportunity to connect with NASA's top scientists and engineers while getting feedback on designs, ask questions, and learn what it is like to work at NASA. This will truly be an amazing opportunity for our students. We have also partnered up with Discovery Education. Our cohort of teachers representing each content area engage with a professional learning facilitator monthly who provides instructional support, professional development, and coaching cycles via a virtual platform. In addition, digital resources are provided for all of our teachers and include high-quality content, ready-to-use digital lessons, unique collaboration tools, and professional learning resources to give all students a lasting educational experience. Finally, as a continued part of our transformation and redesign at Gutierrez, we will soon be breaking ground on an outdoor classroom, a space where the conventions of traditional schooling can not only be challenged but overcome. At this time, I would like to take a moment to share a video.
This year, when we did the human body systems, the kids were really, really interested in it, especially now that we're working with the viruses, understanding the antibodies and everything. So with the pandemic, everything seemed to catch the students' interest real good. This year, we dissected the frog to understand the systems of the human body, and the kids were really excited that we were able to. Everyone was able to get a frog, so everyone was hands-on experience, so they were really, really excited about that. Just Discovery Education had a whole bunch of video clips that the kids were able to use to go back and for references and help them see, especially the ones at home, since they weren't here, they were able to see a lot more of what we were talking about.
This school is different from our other middle schools in ACIC because it specializes in arts and sciences. So here dancers are getting, or arts students are getting training that they would not receive at a regular middle school. Our staff comes from the Harlingen Performing Arts Center as well as other high schools, and they are teaching the students at a higher level than usual. I think arts classes are important because it's a time in these kids' life where they're finding themselves. They're just beginning to realize what they like and what they don't like, if it's extracurricular or if it's core subjects. So this gives them a chance to find that track and say, I want to go towards being a dancer or an artist or an engineer, and this school helps facilitate that.
I really like the connection that we have with Gutierrez Middle School, with the administration there. Mr. Mike Reyes is wonderful to work with. The teachers there that are involved in arts education, music education are wonderful. We work really well with them. And of course, we're in the middle of a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic, but those that are here are able to enjoy and take advantage of some of the opportunities here at the Performing Arts Center.
I am in the musical theater, I'm in advanced musical theater, and I am in advanced dance. It's changed my life since it's given me the opportunity to do the things I love, to fulfill those dreams that I've been hoping for.
My parents were born and raised here in the Rio Grande Valley, so being able to be a part of their roots and know their history here is important to me. This school as well, it challenges me academically and artistically, and I don't know many schools that can offer that. I've been in the theater arts for about 6 years, so it's always been a big passion of mine, and when I heard of this school, being exposed, being able to be a part of this Fine Arts Academy in middle school is a blessing. I think it's allowed me to be a part of something I never knew I needed.
I'd also like to give the opportunity to a couple of students and staff members to share their experience to this point. Adriana Rodriguez, representing the Arts Pathway.
Hi, I'm Adriana. I'm an 8th grader and I have loved the arts for years. Speech, drum, and debate has helped me with confidence, especially in communication, and it has actually helped me believe in myself. In fact, it has helped me develop diverse perspectives on social issues based on the pieces I do. I am very grateful and blessed to be in this amazing team and to be in the hands of such wonderful coaches.
Thank you, Adriana. Mr. Zachary Fryman, our very own arts teacher.
Hi everyone, I'm Zachary Fryman. I am the beginning theater arts teacher and technical theater teacher at Gutierrez Middle School of Arts and Sciences. And what I love about the arts path at Gutierrez is the opportunity for these young people to discover what they love and their passion, and also for us to provide foundational skills for them to go on to the next level, to be the leaders of tomorrow. So I'm just grateful to have all of these wonderful co-teachers and administration and students to follow that path.
Thank you, Mr. Fryman. We have Ms. Aseneth Corrales representing the Sciences Pathway.
Hello everyone, my name is Aseneth Corrales. I'm hoping you are all having a wonderful evening.
I'm a seventh grader at Gutierrez Middle School, and I am representing the Sciences Department. And I would also just like to say how appreciative I am to be in this department. Science has always been the biggest passion of mine, along with the arts, and I've always loved it. So being able to have this opportunity is wonderful. I don't think I would be able to find it at any other school. And I would also like to take this moment to acknowledge all teachers and staff all around the world, not just HCISD, because I think right now, currently, what you guys are doing, y'all are doing amazing, and I really acknowledge you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Asana. We also have Mr. Cesar Gonzalez, who actually wears two hats at Gutierrez. He is our current campus computer technician and integrated sciences and flight and space teacher.
Thank you, Mrs. Felix. You know, what I love about the science pathway for GMS is the opportunity for our students to find their passion, you know, and help identify their certain skill sets. So this past semester has been amazing experience for me. You know, watching our students work with alternative energy, you know, from building their own hydropower electric model to creating a step-by-step process on how to make elephant toothpaste, or maybe even cooking s'mores in their homemade solar oven, right? So joining us tonight is Erin Rodriguez. She's a sixth grader from my 8th period integrated science class. And Erin has been an amazing leader at our campus at GMS from the time she's been here, and has done an amazing job in all of our alternative energy projects. And to you guys, like Dr. Pettis said earlier, I want to thank you for the commitment on being innovative and bold and excited for the future our school district holds. I much appreciate it from me and my students.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. And last but not least, we have Samuel Massanet, representing the ACE program, who will speak about his experience with the after-school program.
Ms. Felix on the board, my apologies, but I don't see Samuel among our participants this evening.
Okay. Board members and Dr. Noyola, thank you for constantly supporting the arts and sciences and allowing our middle school students these great and very valuable opportunities. We are humbled at the demonstration of talents and the opportunity to watch our students excel. Thank you for allowing us to showcase the great work our teachers and students continue to do, even under our current situation. We are very excited with what the future holds for our students and our community. We would also like to thank our teachers, our students, and parents, because without them, the success we've had would not be possible. We are happy to answer any questions or comments that you may have. Thank you.
President. Thank you, Ms. Felix. Go ahead, who is that? Go ahead.
Yeah, great presentation. I just want to, it's outstanding. When we're as board members, we always wonder, I always wonder, hey, how are things being conducted? How are things being managed? And how are these kids learning, right? And you just presented to us what a great presentation. It's even harder to understand what's going on now with Zoom because we're not there. We can't, it's hard for us to be there. You've just given us a great presentation to see how you're impacting the kids. It's great to see that our students are really thriving in this environment. And it's great to see that you have such great support here also. By the way, I love that Disney World background that I saw there. What a great background. I mean, inspiring our kids, inspiring our students to dream big is what it's all about. So thank you for a great presentation.
Thank you, sir. And I want to give credit to Mr. Sanchez, our other assistant principal. He was very helpful in putting the presentation along with myself.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Muniz.
Mr. President?
Go ahead, Dr. Pettis.
Yeah, so first of all, just would you please, Ms. Felix, pass along to Mr. Reyes on behalf of the board our prayers and our condolences on the passing of his father-in-law. Just know that our hearts and our thoughts and our prayers are with him and his family and his wife and their family. And so we're sorry that he couldn't be here under these circumstances, but just let him know that we're his HCIC family is thinking about him and giving him a big hug. So,
sir.
I just want to tell you how impressed I am with where we are so quickly with this program. Not only is it creating the alignment we wanted when we sort of back-mapped the performing arts concept, right? The performing arts, the Performing Arts Center, and back to elementary school, and of course we have to have our alignment to continue on to middle school, and of course as those kids go to high school, they're going to expect so much more than even what we're doing already, which is amazing things at our high schools. And the conservatory. But I can tell you this, you talked about so many partnerships. We have Discovery and NASA and Project Lead the Way. Of course, you have the conservatory right there and Performing Arts Center. One of the things that struck me is everybody talks about STEM. You all mentioned STEM several times. But embedded now in that is the A, right? The arts. And it's just a natural progression of education. And as I go back and think of my own education, and if you think on yours and this everybody on the Zoom tonight in this meeting, you see the problems in education that we're solving with this presentation. And that is, we're not just focusing entirely in the left brain, right? We're purposefully, I'm not leaving it to chance anymore. We're purposefully engaging the soft skills in the right brain and the creativity of the critical thinking of the students and the teachers, I might add. And so the whole system there at Gutierrez is really more innovative, and of course it's just a very delightful learning environment. And so even the learning in the STEM situation enhances dramatically because of what you're doing with the arts and everything else. And so it's just amazing to see it all come to fruition. So I congratulate all of y'all on your commitment to make it happen. For basically embracing this new way of doing things. Because I can guarantee you, these students not only will be leaders, but will be great professionals. And some of them in left brain fields, but they'll be a lot different than the professionals that we see today, because they'll have the soft skills, they'll have the creativity, they'll have the critical thinking and communication, collaboration, they'll know how to do it right, and they'll be at the cutting edge of their field because of programs like this. So thank you. This is beautiful to see it all dream come true. This is why people like the Kennedy Center are taking notice of Harlingen CIC. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, likewise.
Thank you, Dr. Perez.
Mr. President?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I would just like to add my appreciation for such an extraordinary program that you have presented. You have done a marvelous job of taking us right into the halls of Gutierrez. And we have wanted that so much. As Dr. Muñiz says, we have really missed being able to be there with you physically during this kickoff, and of what you are all about. And I kept thinking one word throughout your entire superb presentation, and that was opportunity. Gutierrez is going to be such a legendary leader. You're going to become a legendary leader in the work that you are doing with middle school students. This is a really big step for any school district to take on the middle school level, to begin working with such intention in multiple areas and taking it to such heights and doing it so quickly. It is remarkable what you are accomplishing, remarkable. And it's just the opportunity of a lifetime for students to be at Gutierrez right now. And it's all due to your marvelous staff, and the incredible support programs, that are throughout the district. And I just love seeing the way that you all are integrating and working together. That's just, that is true success in a school district operation, to see campuses working together and programs working with campuses and students doing part of the day here, part of the day there, and accomplishing it all during the greatest pandemic in over 100 years. I mean, it is remarkable what you are doing. So please understand how much we appreciate how deep our gratitude is felt. And I want to, again, emphasize how much I personally thank you for inviting me and taking me on a walk through your halls. It touches my heart to have been today to your school. So thank you very much. And indeed, as Dr. Pettis said, please express our deepest condolences to your great leader. I cannot wait to see where these children are going to go. I cannot wait. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fleury.
Mr. President?
Go ahead, Dr. Reininger.
I will be brief because there's been, I can't add much more praise to what has already been said. But I just wanted to say how, sorry, now I'm going to get emotional. I'm really just very deeply touched by the opportunities that these students have. And I think particularly because I know that there are so many students who have to pick. Oh, you got to pick this and you give up so much of that, or you pick this and you give up so much of that. And your approach has allowed students to flourish in multiple areas. You don't have to pick science over arts. You don't have to pick, you can do all of those things. And in fact, it's when you do all of those things and you bring them together into this amazing brain space that you change the world. And so I am so thankful. And I'm one of those kids who had to pick and started and did arts in the early years and ended up in a scientific career. And I tell you what, there's not much that would make me go back to middle school, but I would go back to middle school in a heartbeat at Gutierrez. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Reininger. Mr. De Leon?
Yeah, I'll make it super brief. And I think to Dr. Reiner's point, sometimes people have to pick, and we start by saying STEM. We need to start saying STEAM and incorporating the A in the STEM. It is one, and we're not choosing, because we say STEM, it's science, technology, engineering, and math, and we are eliminating the arts, and that is a huge part of STEM, but we ourselves separated. So what we probably need to start saying is STEAM, to incorporate the arts in there and letting everybody know that it is one. One can't do anything without the other. And so, I'm super proud of the students as well. They could be doing a lot of other things, but they've chosen to do this. This is not an easy path. This is probably one of the hardest paths, but they've taken on that challenge. And then finally, I do want to echo my fellow board members with the teachers. I don't think the community and a lot of individuals realize how much time and effort the teachers put in there. I mean, it's day and night, 7 days a week, and not all of us are fortunate to be at Disney World being on a Zoom, but that's a whole different story. But I'll tell you, I'm super proud of your staff, super proud. I mean, you can tell that they're not teaching it because it's a job, they're teaching it because it's a passion, and they're doing it with their heart. And you can tell immediately when someone's just doing it because of the paycheck or someone's doing it because of the heart. And we definitely saw that tonight. And so, congratulations, great job, and keep up the great work.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. De Leon. thank you, Ms. Felix, for the presentation, Mr. Sanchez, for putting it all together. I want to speak to Aaron Azaneth and Adriana. We are, to say that we're extremely proud of you guys is an understatement, but we are excited for you because of the opportunities you have in front of you. And we know that you're going to take full advantage and do something great, not just in high school, but, as you go to college and your professional lives. And you're always going to represent Harlingen. Azaneth, you mentioned your parents, being from here and having a certain sense of pride. There's a sense of pride that comes with being from Harlingen. And I think for those of us that are from here, we have it every day. Those who have moved here and made this place their home, they have it every day. So we're excited for you all. And look at that. You look at your screen and you see your administration and your teachers. And I've known Ms. Navarro for years, and she's going to laugh right now. I've known Ms. Navarro for years, and I have seen her passion when it comes to her expertise. Even way before she was part of the great HCISD community. And if all the teachers there have that type of passion, I have no doubt that, what you guys are doing is gonna impact the students in a positive way. Mr. Gonzalez also I've known personally for years, and I'm excited to hear what he's doing there now in his dual roles. And I will end with this, is that I don't live too far, Caesar, from GMS. I'm working from home. Next time you make s'mores, call me, bro. Yeah, and Dr. Neola wants to say a few words too.
So I just want to thank our Gutierrez Middle School family, that those of you that are zooming in. Tonight I was reflecting on this whole journey that we have had with COVID. And it's so easy to speak about what we can't do during COVID. We tend to focus on the can'ts and what we can't achieve because of COVID. But tonight was just such an example of all that is possible in spite of COVID. And all it took was a lot of innovation, a lot of hard work, but a lot of dedication by our teachers, Mr. Ronnie Rios, Ms. Leanne Inns, Ms. Sally Navarro, so many people on our screen who made what some would consider the impossible possible. And so students, same thing for you all. It's very easy, especially when you're at home, to say, well, it's so much easier to just not do. But you have taken on that challenge, and you're going to be so much the better for all of these experiences that you're having. So I'm just so proud of everybody and all that we have achieved. And so that in HCISD, we don't focus on what we can't do, but we focus on all that is possible. So thank you all so very much for all that you do day in and day out for HCISD, but more importantly for our students. Thank you all.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Nayola.
Right.
Next, we'll move on to item 5, public comments for agenda topics. Do we have any public comments for agenda topics?
No, sir, there are no public comments for agenda topics.
Thank you, Denise. Item number 6 is public audience for non-agenda topics. Do we have any public audience for non-agenda topics, Denise?
No, sir, there is no public audience for non-agenda topics.
Thank you. We'll now move on to the approval of the consent calendar. What is the pleasure of the board?
President, move approval of the consent calendar as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Dr. Perez, a second by Mr. Powers. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we'll move on to item 8, matters relating to transformation in school support. Item 8A, Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee Report, Dr. Alisa Nayola.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members, senior administration, and audience joining us this evening. On Tuesday, January 5th, we held our regular Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee meeting. We had 2 items that we brought forward for discussion. The first one was a continuation of our discussions around the teacher incentive allotment. And so Mrs. Veronica Corton presented on that topic. As part of that presentation, she focused on the work that is happening with our design teams. Design teams have been such a critical part of the work that we do in HCISD, and so we continue to take advantage of that work. And so as part of her presentation, she shared what is happening in each of our various design teams and spoke to the leadership of those 5 design teams, in particular, Ms. Dalia Garcia, Mrs. Lori Romero, Dr. Joseph Villarreal, and Mr. Shane Struhart, who lead that charge of leading those teams. In addition, as part of our design team work, we also focus on another key aspect of the work that we do in HCISD, and that is the seeking of feedback from everybody within our HCISD educational community. And so part of that work was seeking feedback from 2 critical groups. One is the District Education Improvement Council. That is a committee that is made up of a number of representatives across our school district, in addition to some parents and community members as well. And so part of that work, since the teacher incentive allotment really is focused on finding and compensating our highest performing teachers, they did some work with DEIC in discussing how do you define a highly effective teacher. And so hearing from teachers in particular and from our parents, how do you define a highly effective teacher? And so that work will be a critical part as we work through our teacher incentive allotment. In addition to that, there were conversations with teacher focus groups where they as well proposed 3 components to the teacher incentive allotment application that we will be submitting later this year. Our goal is that we will finalize that application and the whole rubric for that defining of an exemplary teacher. And so we will be looking to submit that application in April. And so prior to that, we certainly will be bringing that rubric and that application back to our Board of Trustees. Tremendous amount of work that is happening, but one that I think is just going to be such a phenomenal transformational piece for our school district as we move forward. The second presentation was conducted by Melissa Parker. Melissa Parker is the Director for Advanced Academics. And so on a yearly basis, Mrs. Parker brings forward the performance of our students and how they did on the AP exams that typically take place in May. And so last May, as you will recall, we were at the beginning stages of the COVID pandemic. Our students were at home at that point in time. The College Board, who oversees the Advanced Placement Program, made a decision that we would continue, or that they would continue to provide an AP exam to students. And so it was a very different experience for our students and a very different exam. What used to be an exam that consisted of a multiple choice section and a number of essay-free response type of format changed dramatically in May of 2020. That test changed from that format to a test that consisted of 1 question, 1 essay. 1 essay completely determined whether a student was going to pass the AP exam or not. And so while we did have a slight dip or a dip in the performance of our AP students, if we look at conversely what success our students had on that exam in light of the change that came very suddenly to our students, I'm just so proud of their focus and the work that they did. And so as we finished off that AP exam season, we had our students that still were able to generate AP credit as they move forward in post-secondary. And so I just commend them for taking on that challenge, because it was very easy to say, I'm not going to do it. And yet they still did, and we saw tremendous success on that. She also shared a little bit about what is coming in 2021, and certainly our hope is that by the time AP tests roll around in May, we will be in a much better position, and we will be able to return to the traditional AP testing. As part of her presentation, she also did a 5-year trend on what performance has looked like in HCISD. And as we looked at that trend, we saw a trend that was moving upward. And I have no doubt that as we return back to some traditional formatting, we will be back to that same place and moving in that same direction and momentum. Dr. Reiniger chairs our Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee meeting, and so I'll turn it over to her for any additional comments.
Thank you, Dr. Noyola. Yes, as you highlighted, the teacher incentive allotment design team is well underway, and I think the main message that I wanted to convey to the community and to our teachers who are obviously very interested in this is that the process is very thorough. There is a look at how this should be rolled out from all aspects. There's feedback being gained. There is careful attention to how we define, how we measure exceptional teaching, so that when we look at the various types of teachers, the various types of campuses on the, all of the topics, that we will be able to justly determine that and award and incentivize that. So really terrific work. There is no grass growing under our feet on this particular topic. We are moving quickly, and I think all of us have great confidence in the process. And then the report on the AP exam, Ms. Parker always does just such a thorough job and answers so many of our questions because we are always very interested in this. We want to give our students the opportunity to excel and get that AP credit. And, again, congratulations to our students. Thanks to Ms. Parker and all of the teachers that really promote AP opportunities and to show what you know and get that credit. So we're proud of what we achieved in 2020, and we look forward to seeing what comes in 2021. And so, again, thank you to Ms. Parker for her report.
Thank you, Dr. Reiniger. Next, we'll move on to item number 9, matters relating to business services. Item 9A, consideration for approval to award construction services contract for the Harlingen CISD Gutierrez Middle School chiller screen and outdoor classroom, number CNST 1220-2. Mr. Julio Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. Hyman, Dr. Noyola, board members. Agenda item 9 is awarded construction services for Gutierrez chiller screen and outdoor classroom. Let me see if I can share this with you. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Yes.
These are the bids that the district will receive. The district did receive 5 proposals, and the ranking committee met and ranked the proposals. We're recommending the top ranked proposal, which is Peacock Construction. Their base bid payment $173,000, and alternate number 1, we're also recommending $30,000. This is the ranking that was done by the ranking committee members. As you can see, Peacock received the highest points of 126. So we're recommending Peacock Construction as the top rank offerer for this construction project. We had a budget of about $200,000, so it came in line with budget. Be glad to answer any questions that board members might have. We did discuss this at the facility committee meeting last week.
Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. Avila.
I'd like to make a motion for consideration approval to award the construction service contract for the Harlingen HCISD Gutierrez Middle School chiller screen and outdoor classroom project as presented by administration, with general contractor being the awarded vendor.
Second motion. We have a motion by Mr. De Leon and a second.
Mr. Pettis.
Dr. Pettis, a second by Dr. Pettis. Okay, any further discussion? So all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 9B is the approval to adopt resolution approving the sale of the real property located at 905 East Tyler, Harlingen, Texas, and authorizing signatories for sale and closing documents. Mr. Julio Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. Hyman, Dr. Noyola, board members. So agenda item 9B is a resolution authorizing the superintendent to sign on the closing documents for the sale of the Gordon Nix building. As you recall, the board approved the sale back, several months ago. So we're finally anticipating closing within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Title companies usually require this resolution allowing the superintendent to sign on the closing documents. So we're bringing forward the resolution for the board to approve, so we can have Dr. Noyola sign those documents. We recommend approval.
Mr. President, I move that we approve the resolution to approve the sale of the real property located at 905 East Tyler, authorizing the superintendent to sign all documents necessary.
Second?
We have a motion by Mr. Powers, second by Dr. Reininger. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Julio Cavazos. Item number 10, matters relating to human services. 10A, we have consideration and take possible action regarding the adoption of a resolution to allow for leave due to COVID-19 related issues. Ms. Debbie Scoggin.
Thank you, and good evening, Mr. Hines, Dr. Noyola, members of the board, senior team, and audience. So this evening, we're bringing forward this resolution. The Families First Coronavirus Response Act, known as the FFCRA, that went into effect April the 2nd, 2020, expired on December the 31st, 2020. At this time, due to the FFCRA benefits not having been extended, the board has the authority to pass a resolution that will extend the leave benefits to our employees. This would be in an effort, of course, to protect the health and well-being of all students and staff members and the community as well. The leave would be applied to employees who have not already used the FFCRA benefits during the first semester and would be in effect from January the 4th, 2021 until June the 30th of 2021. Should new legislation, though, be adopted related to mandatory leave related to the COVID pandemic, this resolution would expire and the district would follow the new laws related to the leave entitlements related to COVID. At this time, the administration does recommend approval as presented.
Mr. President, I move approval as presented.
We have a motion by Ms. Fleury,
Second.
I second the motion.
second by Mr. Powers, I think. I heard, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Scoggin. Next, item 10B, consideration and take possible action regarding adoption of a resolution authorizing school nurses to administer COVID-19 vaccines in cooperation with Cameron County. Ms. Scoggin?
Yes, thank you so much again, Mr. Hines and members of the board and Dr. Neola. So Cameron County has requested school districts within the county to provide school nurses to assist in the county's administration of vaccines during the spring semester of 2021 school year. The board has the authority to pass a resolution that will allow school nurses to administer the COVID vaccines in cooperation with Cameron County to protect the health and safety of students, staff, and school community in light of COVID-19 for the remainder of the 2021 school year. And I certainly can share the screen in regards to this particular resolution, and I apologize for not sharing it the prior agenda item. So administration does recommend approval as presented, again, entering into a partnership with Cameron County to have our nurses assist with administering the COVID-19 vaccines within our community.
Mr. President? Go ahead.
Dr. Reiniger?
Let's allow Dr. Muniz. I think he's been, go ahead, Dr. Muniz.
I was going to make a motion. There needs to be discussion. Go ahead.
We have a motion by Dr. Muniz,
I'll second.
second by Dr. Reiniger. Any further discussion or questions?
I'd like to make just a discussion point that that I saw the school nurses in action with Cameron County on Friday, serving thousands of people, working alongside county officials and other volunteers. And I was just so impressed with their dedication and their willingness to do this work, and it is truly life-saving. So I'm so proud of HCISD for having the forethought to do this work and to have a resolution supporting it.
Mr. Hines, Mr. President.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. I too would like to commend the Harlingen School District for this wonderful, wonderful gift of time and service and love and talent to our community. I'm constantly, every day, proud of it, but I have been as proud of learning what our school nurses did as I have been of anything during my board service. It's an extraordinary example, not just for the rest of this region or this state, but for this country. And as we begin to roll out the vaccine more rapidly, we're going to need more and more people who are able to assist, and who could do it better than all of the school nurses in all of the public schools, in all of the school districts throughout this country. So once again, I really would like to commend our superintendent and our school nurses for stepping forward and becoming role models. I just cannot express how proud and how grateful I am that we are playing a tangible role in trying to bring this COVID pandemic under control. That's Dr. Noyola. And please thank the nurses for us.
Absolutely will.
Thank you, Ms. Fleury. Okay, we'll take a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you again, Ms. Coggin.
Thank you,
Next,
welcome.
we'll move on to item number 11, matters relating to district operations, Facilities Committee report by Mr. Oscar Tapia.
Thank you, Board Member President Jaimes, members of the board, Dr. Noyola, and colleagues. On January 5th, we held a Facilities Committee meeting. Discussed update on TRE programs, starting with the Treasure Hills Phase 2. We reported it's about 42%. The parking lot on the front driveway's done. The big parking lot has been paved, and the footings poured for the lights. The foundations have been poured at 2 of the 3 areas, and steel is starting to go up. So it's coming along pretty well. We also relocated during the Christmas break. The temporary office for the administration was up front where the 4th, 5th grade wing was. And during the break, we moved some more from the new wing to that temporary office. So we gave them some more classrooms in a 2-story wing. So they're set with their temporary office until we're finished with the project. The school entry vestibules that we approved at the last board meeting, the contracts are at superintendent's office, ready for signature. As soon as we get them back, we'll issue a notice to proceed and get that project going on, ongoing. The early college high school UTRGV is about 38 to 40%. The steel's going up, roof decking's going on, all the stud walls, a lot of conduits for the plumbing, electrical. That's moving along very well. We're also having meetings to coordinate ordering the furniture in time in collaborations with the UT folks. For the classrooms, the labs, science rooms, and so forth. A lot of things, the technology pieces that we're trying to coordinate and order. We also discussed the Transition Academy. It's about 57% complete. They've got all the wood frame. They're starting to sheetrock inside. So they'll be starting some finish work here in a little bit. And the sheeting's on the outside's complete, so they'll start putting the brick and some of the panels, windows, and things like that. So we're still on track for a late April completion. The Gutierrez Fine Arts, Phase 1, you saw some of that earlier in the presentation. We're now working on Phase 2, which is a lot of the exterior work, including that new exterior building for the science program. 5 proposals were submitted, and we just awarded it a little while ago to Peacock Construction. So we'll now work on the contracts, insurance documents, and all the requirements. We'll give an update on the marquees. The PAC, of course, is finished. Harlingen High School South, Gutierrez, since a lot of signs are up, we're just waiting for the top panel with the color and the name on it. And the last one will be Vernon. We're still working on the final design on the panel for that one. Give an update on the baseball, softball fields. The contractor started with some of the demolition work, the concrete wall for the half wall to support some of the netting systems and the new poles in the back. Dixieland Fields and Keys are getting that work, and we're trying to finish it as soon as we can because baseball field is starting up pretty soon. And then we reported a change order for the Vernon Phase 2 on some of the courtyard work that we had to do some infill for some soil erosion that was happening. And we finally finished up with Mr. Julio Cavazos giving an update on the construction financial report. And that's pretty much the end of my presentation, so I'll turn it over to our facilities chair, Mr. Greg Powers.
Thank you, Oscar. Everything's just moving along fine. I did drive by the Transition Academy yesterday, And the bricks actually going up on some of the walls, and it's just coming along great. Treasure Hills, you know, I think everything, despite the weather, we're doing well on our schedules, and everything's going fine. Thank you again for all your hard work and everything your department's doing.
Thank you, Mr. Powers.
Thank you, Mr. Powers. And Oscar, I don't think we can say it enough, but I just want to take the liberty here to thank you and all, you know, everybody that has a hand in all these projects, because, you know, it doesn't go unnoticed, and if you can just pass the word down.
Thank you, Mr. Haynes.
Next, we'll move on to item number 12, adjournment to close your executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.082, the Open Meetings Act for the following purposes: discuss employment of teachers and other professional staff. We're now in executive session. And if we can stand by for the video to
Second one of these, and Mark.
We're live? Okay, we now reconvene into open session for action on matters discussed in executive session.
Mr. President, I'd like to move that we move forward on the employment of teachers and other professional staff as recommended by administration.
Second, the motion.
We have a motion by Dr. Reiniger and a second by Ms. Jerry Fleury. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We are now adjourned.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.